Today, many people are engaged in agriculture, but some are more advanced than others. Is it maybe because of more knowledge, better machines, or even the will to work? Well, we don't know that, but what we do know is that this job requires a lot of knowledge, effort, hard work, and patience. That's something that many don't have. Everyone does it their own way, but we can single out one, which is an unreal result. Texas farmers work tirelessly to bring in their crop. First of all, do you know why the Scarecrow won an award in Texas? Because he was outstanding in his field. Despite the fact that the overall value of agricultural goods marketed in Texas is less than half that of California, the number of farms in Texas is substantially greater. According to 2021 figures, Texas has around 248,000 working farms, accounting for 77% of the state's geographical area, and the state's agricultural revenue is approximately $22.1 billion. Meanwhile, California has just 69,000 working farms, yet they generate more than $48 billion in income. Currently, the most popular agricultural products in Texas are cattle, cotton, milk, broilers, and maize, with livestock accounting for about half of the state's agricultural earnings, which is approximately $12.3 billion. Most Texas cotton farms harvest from mid-October until December. These harvesters will bundle billions of cotton balls into round bales. According to USDA figures, in 2021, over 5.3 million acres of farmland in Texas were utilized to grow cotton, accounting for about 43% of the country's cotton area. Along with Texas, Georgia, Mississippi, and Arkansas have the greatest cotton growing areas in the country. According to reports, by the end of 2021, Texas had roughly 7,950 operational cotton fields, with a cotton yield of 7.7 million bales. Each bale weighs about 480 pounds. Following harvest, billions of cotton bales will be placed onto trucks and delivered to a cotton processing factory. Cotton generates about $1.7 billion in annual earnings in Texas and is also the state's greatest agricultural product in recent years. After cotton production, Texas is also known for livestock. According to USDA figures, there are easily around 943,000 goats in Texas in recent years, divided among more than 1,300 distinct farms. Farms that breed both goats and sheep occur here. Currently, the majority of goats in Texas are grown for meat production. Goat meat production in the state accounts for 53% of total national output, while goat milk is mostly produced in California. When a goat reaches the age of 18 months, it is considered fully mature. At this moment, goats weigh between 110 and 120 pounds on average. An adult goat must consume the equivalent of 4% of their body weight each day, with grass accounting for 80% of their diet. Hundreds of goats at these farms will be herded into stables or protected areas in the late afternoon in order to avoid predators. Each year, predators such as coyotes and wildcats kill an estimated 1,100 goats in Texas. Furthermore, goat meat companies in the state slaughter around 630,000 goats each year. When it comes to farms, we in Texas cannot ignore large-scale cattle farms with thousands of animals. Millions of cattle are bred on such farms in Texas. Instead of roaming the pastures, these cattle will be led on a daily basis. Each year, over 4.3 million cattle are slaughtered in Texas, whereas approximately 30.1 million cattle are slaughtered nationwide. We'll now travel to Texas agricultural fields to observe the harvesting of millions of tons of crops. This is how asparagus is harvested in a field in southern Texas. Thousands of migrant workers are sent to Texas asparagus fields to harvest towards the end of May and the beginning of June. Every year, the United States grows asparagus on over 25,000 acres of land valued approximately at $98 million. It will be harvested, put in plastic trays, and delivered to the packaging facility. Along with asparagus, cilantro is a vegetable that has become extremely prevalent in the fields of eastern Texas. From April through September, hundreds of Mexican workers go to the cilantro fields of Texas to harvest. Every year, around 150 to 100 acres of farmland are utilized to cultivate cilantro, which is far less than the 4,000 acres grown in California. Hundreds of people cut and bundle it into little bundles in this field before packing and shipping it to vegetable stores. In the Texas city of Houston, there's a lettuce farm. According to data, there are over 119,000 acres of land used to produce lettuce in the United States in recent years, with California accounting for 71% of the country's current growing space, and the area planted to this crop in Texas is approximately 3,700 acres. Millions of lettuce plants will be chopped and packed on site before being sent to stores and supermarkets. It's estimated that each American consumes around 12.7 pounds of lettuce every year. How frequently do you include lettuce in your meals? We will now travel to Texas's forest to see the planting and harvesting of thousands of pine trees. This happens every year from December through February. It's normally the season when pine trees are planted in pine-making forests. Because of the difficult terrain, most pine tree planting is done by hand. Workers will plant a minimum of 650 trees per acre with a maximum of 800 trees per acre. There are now 49 different varieties of pine in the United States, with Oriental white pine being the most prevalent and having the highest economic worth. Texas is known for many other things when it comes to agriculture, but that video would take a long time. As time goes by, people gain more and more knowledge and take steps towards nature. This is one of those steps that brings you back to your old roots, which are better and healthier for humans. As we get to the end of the video, we're interested in which kind of Texas farmers do you think are the most amusing and interesting? Share your favorites in the comments so we know. And if you like this video and want more content like this, hit that like and subscribe button. And as always, thank you very much for watching.